College football playoffs are coming up Monday, the championship game, NFL postseason Saturday, Sunday. But the big story continues to be the big story. What do we always say? Make the main thing the main thing. Mount Union Purple Raider basketball team is 16-0. Took care of business last night over Capital, 91-78. Biggest crowd of the year last night at the Mack Center. It's rolling. Let's bring him on. The head basketball coach of the Mighty Purple Raiders, and of course, is our guy, Mike Fuline, joining us here on the show, 1310 WDPN. Coach, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. How we doing?
Good, Sammy. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. Congrats on the win last night. We'll get into that, of course. And I guess first of all, I have an apology for you.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I almost missed the pregame fist bump last night.
Yeah, I know. You're daydreaming on me.
Well,
we can't ruin tradition, buddy. Come on.
I was actually doing work. I was writing some stuff down, a couple of percentages for shooting on the sheet, and all of a sudden Keller's like elbowing me in the gut. I'm like, what do you want? And there you were with the fist. I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
That's all right. We got it done. We got it done, baby.
Yeah. Tradition. So I apologize. Second thing is, how has Capital only won one game in the OAC? They are a tough bunch.
You know how it is, Sam. You've been around. Our league is so. There's so many good players, and we'll have another one next Wednesday. I watched Heidelberg today. You start getting sick, it'll be until Wednesday about 6 where I feel like we can actually win the game. But, yeah, they're a really talented team. They've had a couple injuries, throughout the year. But the core group group they had last night, it may be only about the third time they've all played together. Probably a little bit of their depth, kind of hurt them a little bit. But they kept making shots, man. And their point guard, who's a really, really good player, was 7 of about 20 on the year from 3, and of course 6 of 7 in the first half versus us. So we're kind of used to that. It's hard to game plan. We just tell our guys it's college basketball. Everybody can shoot it. But man, they're long, aren't they? 6'5", 6'6", 6'5". They're good.
And they got to their spots. I'm like, man, if I never see Saron, Callaway White, and Dallas Tucker again, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're only sophomores, so we'll be seeing a lot of them.
I know. Well, then I started having these other thoughts. Oh, these guys are only sophomores. Okay.
Right.
Another discussion for another day. Okay. So congrats on the win. Right? Hey, how about the 21-5 run to start? That got the building shaking a little bit last night. That felt like good times last night early on, didn't it?
When I walked out there, I was pretty shocked about the crowd size, and I think our guys, we've said this past years, they deserve it. They deserve people to support them. It was great to see. And I think once they saw that, they got to a whole other level energy wise, and started out hot. My assistant coaches were unbelievable the last 3 days, just showing our guys clips of just how stagnant we can be offensively. It's just, we get into a game at times, and a lot of it's my fault for calling some of the things we call. So we made some just wrinkles just to get bodies moving, more so the ball, and it really worked. If we just consistently get better on that side of the floor, I do think we're going to play hard defense. I thought we played great defense last night, but every time I turned around, they were making a 3. So we are certainly an unfinished product, but it was great to see. One thing I'll say, these guys enjoy being coached. They take it. We're not screamers and hollers, and I know we do say some cuss words at times, but not to our players. I can promise you that. So that's the positive thing. Just knowing that you can talk to them, and it's been constant. This has been a 4-month process. So in hopes of getting to our peak here once March comes.
No doubt. Last night from 3, they were 13 of 32. They were Cap was 15 of 17 at the free throw line. You guys were awesome at the charity stripe again, too, at 10 of 12. Not a lot of fouls last night. Game had a pretty good flow to it for the most part. Chance was dynamite again for you. He had 27 points in 33 minutes of work. He seems to get a little bit better, a little more confidence out there. And boy, when he's rolling, I think everybody's really, really engaged, aren't they?
You know, I don't talk about him enough, and that's probably by design. You know,
Mhm.
I don't want to, put too much on him. I mean, he's a sophomore, Sam. You know, like it's,
Oh, I
but
know.
he is, he's just a dynamic player. He always has been. He is truly a great teammate. I mean, he's before games, it's hard to talk to him. He gets in a little zone where, I think that that's the maturity. He knows the task at hand. He knows how important some of these things are. But he's been phenomenal. And when him and Kevin Hamilton are going like they were last night, those are two, everyone can look at their size or whatever they want to, but I'll take those two over about anybody.
Hey, it's the size of the fight in a dog, and you got a couple of
Yeah.
dogs there. And going back to Chance, Coach, for a minute, I mean, I'm sure you had a really good idea. I thought, man, you know what? This kid's best days are going to be in college because the high school game, he didn't have not the opportunity to bust out and spring out and show his raw everything about the game of basketball. And he's just like, he's not even close to peaking yet. And you're right, the fact that he is only a sophomore, wow, the future is really bright for him.
It is, and I think I've said this quite a few times, but I've known him since 8 years old. He's been playing. He played with my son Anthony on the Same AAU team and Jarrett for years, and um, not only got to know his whole family and just know him and how he ticks. And I was able to sit on the bench as they got older, for some of these AAU games, and I loved it. We have kind of the same mentality. I mean, it's hard to explain, but I knew he would be a perfect fit for me because he plays with such passion and emotion. What we like to do with ball screen offense, as the majority of the time, I knew with his little mid range game that we appreciate at that spot, he was going to be dynamic, um, and then the question, well, can he guard? That was the first question. Well, he's been one of our best defenders. He plays extremely hard. He had some big steals, two dunks last night
Mm-hmm.
as well. I think that the next question, well, what kind of teammate is he? Well, I'm here to tell you that he's an incredible teammate. He's an incredible teammate. He wants to win. He works his tail off. He loves basketball. Well, is he going to do okay in the classroom? Well, he just finished, you know, two semesters last year, first semester this year with over a 3.0. So he's been everything that I knew he could be. Um, like any player, we go through our ups and downs sometimes, and we just talk it through it. But I genuinely love him as a young man, um, more so than a basketball player. Just that one of those types of guys. That he's been a part of our family, and I'm glad he plays on our team.
No doubt. Mike Fuline is our guest, head basketball coach, Mount Union. The Raiders 16-0 after a 91-78 win at home last night at the Mac Center against Capital. Now, no game until next Wednesday, the trip to Heidelberg as they take on the Student Princes. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip. I want to talk a little bit about Sean Vaden, too. We've talked about him in the past. And 5 more blocks last night. Ho-hum, another night for him. Only 1 foul. So that part of the game is getting better as well. And did I see or did I not see a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar baby sky hook on the baseline last night? We lost Coach.
No, it looks like he's lagging a little bit. He might, if he can hear us, he might need to just rejoin.
Those of you that are watching along at home, we've got our double boxes up on the screen. I'm on the left and Coach was on the right, and we got a purple background, and there's just a black nothing there.
It looks like he can't hear us. I see him turning his mic on and off. Right. Yeah, there you go. Maybe turn your video back on. If that doesn't work, Coach, just go ahead and back out and come back in, and that should fix it. There we go.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
You're back. We're back. Okay. I don't know how much of that last question you heard, but it was about Sean Vaden. 5 blocks last night, only 1 foul, which I thought was really great. And then I noticed a little baby hook, sweeping hook from about 8 feet away at the right elbow baseline last night and right in front of your bench. Where did that come from?
I can barely hear you, but I'm sorry. This is my fault. But I know you asked me about Heidelberg.
Yep.
Just nod your head if you could hear me. Okay.
I got
you can hear me. That's good.
I asked you
today, actually, we went in and got some shooting in, and we'll practice again on Friday. Give them the weekend off, so I think their bodies obviously need that this time of year. And then you got to travel to Heidelberg, man. Some dynamic guards, some really, really, it's a new coach, but they're dynamic, and they've beaten some really good teams. And, like anything in the OAC, we have to be able to not only guard the way we can, but more importantly, to just move the basketball, trust each other. I think we'll have a significant size advantage, which is a great thing. But we have to put that to use. These teams, when we go into their gyms, especially on the road, they want us, right? It's like it's a little bit like a Super Bowl, for them. So, we're excited about the opportunity. It'd be great to finish, the first half of this OAC undefeated, and then go in trying to make the most out of what we can. One game at a time, once you get into that second section, but it's gonna be brutal, as you've been a part of this with me a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's but you get the one thing I like is after like this week in between, you're gonna go pretty steady now the rest of the way, Wednesday, Saturday, and you're a little backloaded with home games too at the end, so that'll work out nice for you as you try to close things out in a real cool way. I know we got interrupted there, technology, and I wanted to ask you about your big man Sean Vaden. 5 more blocks last night, only committed 1 personal foul in 26 minutes of action, and he had a beautiful Kareem Abdul-Jabbar-like sweeping hook in front of the bench last night from about 8-9 feet away. Where did that come from? It was beautiful.
Still having a hard time hearing you. I'm sorry, man. Just give me a nod if you want. I think I remember the questions for the Thursday questions. You want me to answer those?
Yeah, let's go into that. I've been asking you about Sean Vaden, but for some reason we keep maybe he's blocking my questions like he blocked shots. So we'll get back into that next week. Okay, it is time for the 3-question Thursday quiz. Coach Fuline, are you ready, sir?
Hopefully I don't get in trouble for the last one, but the first one is I have to go still with Miami. I think the whole world's picking Indiana. I love them. Obviously, we all love their coach and what they're all about. But I'm going to stick with Miami, for my buddy Chad, make his whole life if they can, win this one. Right. Retire first. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come out, sometime here in the next month and call it quits. He was one of my favorite players. Watch it. I love him, a Browns fan, but man, Green Bay was always pretty close to my heart. It's a lot because of him. I just love the way he could play football.
Oh yeah.
And then the last one, the first illegal place. I will say it was probably illegal, but my brother used to take me to a place when I maybe was 18, 19 years old called Dr. Feelgoods. It was like I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that place down in Akron.
Yes.
But that's where I got my taste, man, for some dancing and some entertainment. That's for sure. I've never been the same. I've never been the same since then.
All right, where's the cell phone footage of that action, Coach? Holy cow, Dr. Feelgoods. I can see you out there just tearing up the floor. I love it. Coach Mike Fuline of the Purple Raiders of the University of Mount Union, congratulations on keeping everything rolling. Enjoy the weekend off, so to speak, with the fellas, and we'll get back with you next week, and best of luck coming up here next Wednesday against Heidelberg.
I appreciate you, Sam.
You got it, brother.
Sorry about this. I'll never do it on my phone again. I'm blaming my wife for this one.
Oh, no, don't do that. You'll get in trouble. There he goes. Coach Fuline of the Purple Raiders checking in here on the Sam Bourquin Show, AM 1310 WDPN.